In this corner box of 24, how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is well. I'm doing pretty good myself. So it's being reported that Brian Castano, middleweight contender, is supposed to have a rematch with Jermell Charlo, the 154-pound junior middleweight undisputed champ. He's undisputed at 154. And it's being reported that Brian Castano has a slight tear in his bicep, and that is going to cause a delay in the fight. They're not going to be able to fight on March 19th. So the WBO is ordering Brian Castano and his promotional company to show cause on why they can't proceed forth with the mandatory fight on March 19th. So if the fight is delayed, it'll be May or June, they're saying. But Jermell Charlo has his misgivings about it. He has his issues with it. He don't like what's going on. Because originally the fight was supposed to be February 26th, and they pushed it to March 19th. And so Jermell Charlo is feeling some type of way about that. He said he's not buying it. And I can understand that because he has that history with Tony Harrison. When he fought the rematch with Tony Harrison after he lost his belt in 2018, and he had the rematch in 2019, it was supposed to be earlier in 2019, and they pushed it all the way to December because Tony Harrison said he was injured. And Charlo wasn't buying that. And I'm going to be honest, man, I'm not buying it either. When I heard it last night, late last night. And when I heard the news, first thing came to my mind was they're not prepared for Jermell Charlo. They want a little more time. Now, Charlo could be wrong. I could be wrong. But that's what came to my mind. Because boxing is a funny business, right? So, you look at Jermell Charlo when he went into the rematch, even though it was delayed, when he got into that ring with Tony Harrison, man, he wasn't playing with him. First round, man, he was on him. You know what I mean? And eventually he got him up out of there. So I feel like Brian Castano and his trainers, his people, they probably saying, man, we got to be real careful with him in this rematch, man, because he's coming to really take you out. So, you know what? Maybe we're not fully prepared. Let's give ourselves a little more time. So a few more months will help us out. That's what came to my mind. I hope it's not that, though. I wouldn't mind coming on here and saying I was wrong about that. But at the end of the day, he got to show cause. They gave him 24 hours to show. And if he can show it, do x-rays and, the doctor's report, that it's legit, okay, then it is what it is. But I know one thing. Jermell Charlo ain't playing with him. And honestly, when I look at Jermell Charlo and the rematch that he had with Harrison and the way he came out, and then when he fought Jason Rosario, Banana, and the way he came out on fire with him, I didn't see that same fire when he fought Brian Castano. He looked at me like he was distracted, like something was going on in his head. I don't know if it was something with himself, with family, but he just didn't have that fire, man, that he had in those two fights. Like, he jumped right on Tony Harrison in that rematch. He jumped right on Rosario. Remember, Rosario had just stopped Julian Williams, man, J-Rock. So this is a dangerous dude. Rosario can punch, you know what I mean? He can take you out, right? So, but Charlo wasn't playing, man. He jumped right on him. You know what I'm saying? And he put him down a couple of times in that fight before he stopped him. So, that fire that I saw in those fights, I didn't see that with Brian Castano. I really didn't see it. And as I said before, Brian Castano is the type of fighter, you have to be aggressive with him. Okay, you got to push him back. Because what he likes to do is he likes to really throw a lot of punches, look effective, throwing punches when you're on the ropes, which is what he did with Charlo. Okay, which is what he did with Lara. He did the same thing with Lara. When he fought Lara, it was a draw. And Lara totally outboxed him, even better than Charlo did. I'll say that fight was unanimous. I would give the fight with Charlo, I would say it was closer. I would give it a split decision. You know what I'm saying? I would give it a majority decision. But with Lara, he totally outboxed him. And they gave Castano a draw. They gave him the benefit. So now here we go again with Charlo. He gets the benefit. So you already know with that, when you're looking at that, this is the type of fighter you got to really, really beat him. You know damn well he didn't do enough to beat the champion. You got to beat the champion unanimously, effective aggression, ring generalship, effective punching, defense. That's how you beat somebody, and definitely the champion. Castano didn't do that, okay? So we know he didn't win that fight, but they gave him the benefit. So now Charlo in the rematch, man, he got to be on fire. He got to come out, man, blazing. Not reckless, not throwing wild punches like he can do sometimes, man. Settle, you know, he got to settle down. Don't stay in the pocket. When you in the pocket, be effective. But move out the pocket. Don't stay in the pocket, Jamel. You know what I mean? Throw your jab, man. Use your jab. Okay? When you throw it, it's not bad. You got a decent jab, man. Throw that jab. Go to the body, 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Throw the right hand. Throw your uppercuts. Just take your time. But with Castano, man, you know, he's a smaller man. I would stand right there and I would dig into his body, man. You know what I mean? And I would block his shots. Jermell Charlo, you know how to block shots. You know how to throw shots away. So you could stand right there in exchanges with him, man, and get the best of it. Okay? But I hope you got that fire this time, man, that you didn't have, man, with Rosario. And then that rematch with Harrison. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see. Because I know you got it. Okay? So that's what's happening. Brian Castano, like I said, he had to show cause for the fight on March 19th. If anything, it'll get delayed to May or June. You know, the worst case scenario, if that does happen, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it gives you a little more time to prepare. Yeah, he's going to try to prepare for you, Jermell Charlo, but it gives you more time to prepare for him as well and perfect a little bit more what you're trying to do. Okay, so that's the, you know, it's a negative, but it's also a positive. And, you know, but definitely, man, you know, we got a lot of good fights coming up, and I just hope we can get that fight on the 19th, okay? But if we get it in May or June, that's when we get it, all right? So In This Corner Boxing 24, peace and blessings. Support me. Subscribe to my page. Hit the like button. And we're going to keep the content coming, and we're going to do some upgrades on the page, and we're going to do some things, man. But, you know, I appreciate the support that I'm getting. And, you know, I want to keep bringing it. So everybody enjoy the rest of your day. This is In This Corner Boxing 24. Peace and blessings.